Well, maybe not a whole lot of folks going outdoors.
Yeah.
We'll see this weekend, Brad.
Just depends where you are. I'd want to be by a body of water or a pool. Tonight, we're watching some pop-up storms out there, and depending where you are, they're pretty intense. But here's the thing. I get a lot of people ask me, Brad, are these moving towards me? They're not moving at all. These storms have literally got to develop over you, and I'll show you how that actually happens. So we've got that severe thunderstorm in Mecklenburg County. Here it is. This is a 30-minute loop. Almost an hour now, but basically it's not moving. But what you do see moving is the outflow. These push out these rushes of cool air, and what happens is the outflow from other storms, you could see moving down, they help spawn new storms across the area. So we're seeing some new development right over parts of Cabarrus County. Looks like another one developing on the Catawba River. Looks like some new ones could develop here in parts of Gaston County. So that's the way this is going to go. Nothing really moved over you, it just developed over you, and that's going to be the case this evening. Same story for areas in Union County, Lancaster, York County, southern Meck. Watch this area. You might see storms begin to develop. The thing to look for when a developing thunderstorm, don't look for dark clouds, look for towering white puffy clouds. That's the updraft. That's what we call the cumulonimbus cloud developing. It will get dark on the bottom, but the top is going to look like cauliflower. That's a sign that you've got thunderstorms developing, and you can see them from a distance as they start to crank up. There's likely going to be a few more this evening as we get this big influx of tropical moisture from the south. But overnight, eventually skies will clear out a little bit. Temperatures won't fall much, though, with all the humidity, maybe mid to upper 70s. The low this morning, by the way, was just 77 degrees. So tonight will be a real struggle to cool down. Mid 70s if we're lucky. Tomorrow, another warm one, but with more clouds and showers around. Temperatures actually will be a little bit cooler than what we've seen the last couple of days. The humidity will make up for that, though. We're going to see dew points in the low 70s. That's going to set the stage for some really sticky feeling air tomorrow. So as the storms develop in the afternoon, in the heating of the day, expect them after 4 or 5 o'clock. Looks like a pretty good line between, I say, 7 and 10 o'clock moving across the Piedmont. So Charlotte FC fans, it's going to be hot and humid, but be prepared as well for an isolated thunderstorm. Now, if skies stay clear tonight and you're on the South Carolina coast or heading that way, just after 11 p.m., SpaceX is going to launch the Falcon Heavy. They're putting a huge satellite up into orbit. Now, this is not visible here in Charlotte or most of the Carolinas, but on the coast, maybe the potential low on the horizon. Of course, I'll keep an eye on it and let you know if we get any pictures in. Now, out in the Atlantic, we're also keeping an eye on the tropics as well because things are starting to heat up out there. We know the water's warm. Once the wind shear calms down and the atmosphere is less dry, we could see storms pick up the pace real quickly, especially as we go into August. The heat, though, is not going away. In fact, even though next week temperatures will technically be cooler, they're likely going to slightly be above average as well. Here's a quick look at your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. Hot and humid this weekend. Temperatures in the mid 90s, but it'll feel like it's 100 to 105. And just a heads up for those isolated afternoon storms. Next week, temperatures remain generally in the low 90s, so technically a cool down.
There it is. All right, Brad, thank you.